and welcome to my channel. I'm Isabel and I ride young horses and I have my own Puri Monosabio, 7 years old, and this is Google. She's new on the channel. I ride her for our owner who's a friend of mine, and today I'm going to tell you a little about the three fundamentals that I use while training a young horse. Yeah, I've ridden her a handful of times, I think 6 or 7 times maybe, so not a lot, but she's been really sweet for me, so I think it's ready to get her on camera. So this is the first time in the outdoor arena. We hope we can get into the indoor. So she's a little bit spooky, but that's okay. We're just going to work through it. That's part of the 3 pillars that I have, because pillar number 1 is relaxation.
Pillar 1 is our starting point, and it's relaxation, because without a relaxed horse, all the other pillars fall apart. You often see riders start with a forward tendency, but without relaxation. This often results in a tense top line and spooky responses to your aids. This can be avoided by giving them the time to process everything before you work their body. Some horses will struggle relaxing by themselves, even with time. With those horses, you do have to work their body, and you can work on relaxation by combining and working on pillar 2 and 3, which I will come back in this video. Usually you feel when a horse is relaxed, but if you struggle with feeling, you can see that a horse is relaxed. Most of the time, they will drop their neck and soften their muscles.
So we need to work to get her relaxed, and at the moment she is kind of tensing. Here she's tensing, you see that? And then she trots on because she doesn't want to relax in the walk. Come, you relax in the walk. There, that's a good walk. And there she starts to stretch more into my hand and relax. And how do I get the relaxation? I breathe. And just try to get her to mirror me. Keep talking always helps. And if she doesn't get relaxed by that, we just turn circles. But she picked it up really nice over there, so I didn't really need to do that. So in the next, last pillar, but it's a really important pillar for her in walk, is forwardness. Now today I don't really have to work on that, but usually I kind of have to work towards a little bit forward horse. Today she's nice. We're also starting on the wrong way around. That's usually not how I do it with a young horse because you want to keep it simple at first. But I don't know why I started on this hand, but I did. No. Good. And I don't shy away from my legs. So there she doesn't listen to my hand and didn't move.
Because she tensed up here, I lost my train of thought, so I'm taking over. You see, in this specific clip, I use my leg to steer her to the side. Of course, I also use my hand, but I don't shy away from my leg. This way, you block the rest of her body from going the wrong way. When using only your hands, you only steer the head and neck. A bonus point by using my leg and blocking her body is that she won't be shocked in a tense way when we start using the leg for yield.
Good. There I turned her because she didn't relax, and when they are turning, they need to relax more. So I just keep circling here, and I need to sit back and relax myself because I wasn't doing that. Good girl. Come. And she finds this really scary, but we're just gonna work through it. And usually with a young horse, we don't try to ride as long, so I tend to walk a little beforehand, and then when I get on, walk a short bit, and then trot on. But at this moment, she's just not relaxed yet, so we're going to keep on walking, and I need to keep sitting relaxed because I'm tensing my buttocks. Okay, good girl. Good. And I keep quite a long frame with young horses. Some young horses need a shorter frame, but I want to work towards the longer frame, like I'm doing with her right now. And then from there, we also stretch more when they're relaxed. We try to stretch and keep the up. Good. She's never had ridden without a wall, so, but like there we try to stretch even more, but since she's not really relaxed, oh, she's actually quite doing that really good. Good girl. Good. And I don't need to let her stretch down necessarily, more forward and lengthen herself, and then I pick her back up. Okay, let's see the trot. Good girl. Oh, and you don't have a wall here, huh, Bubs? Oh no, Bubs is my own horse. We don't call you Bubs. Then Mono is gonna get jealous. Whoa, and now I take her a little bit shorter because she's a little bit walking away with me. And that's because she's scared. But she needs to... Okay, she's tensing up there, so we need to... Hey! Like I said, this is the first time without a wall. I'm gonna ride a little smaller circle to get her to relax there a little bit. But then you also need a smaller frame because otherwise they can't really walk the circle a little smaller. And even with young horses, I tend to do a little smaller circles because it's really good for their balance, even though it's difficult. And now you need to keep your legs on there.
These smaller circles fall under pillar 2, suppleness. Suppleness is often the most challenging pillar to develop. It requires riding a variety of circles and loops, adjusting the horse's flexion, and constantly encouraging softness throughout the body. A supple horse is more responsive to the rider's aids and finds it easier to relax. As a result, you gain better control over your horse's body and balance. By working on suppleness, you're also reinforcing pillar 1, relaxation. You simply cannot achieve a correct flexion or ride quality circles and loops if your horse is tense. But here's the key. Flexion, when used correctly, can actually help a tense horse begin to relax.
Good girl. Oh my God. And it's okay if she looks. It's okay if she looks. That's okay. But here she's running away from it, and I don't want that. Good. Girl, come. Keep moving. We're gonna do the canter inside because she's too looky for that here. And seeing she's 3, she's literally, I think, 2 months been backed. We don't want to push it. The second pillar is suppleness or flexion or whatever you want to call it. She needs to be able to, influence her own body. So when I put my inside leg on, I put my inside leg on, I move my hands a little bit outwards. She needs to react into a flexion. And it's difficult, but it's good. She's good right now. That's good. That's good. And then you see that I can let go my... Come. Forward. Come. You can see that there's barely any pressure on my hands. But when I'm asking, I need a little bit more pressure. And when I started with her, it was even more pressure than it's now. But we start with a little bit pressure. Then if she's not responding, we increase the pressure till she is responding. And then we can be soft. And then we can ask it soft again. Because here I'm asking really softly. But here she's relaxed in the sense that I can influence her. Here she's starting to take over a little bit.
As you can see, but I do not explain, the moment she takes over and quite tense up, I make a half circle or a full circle or whatever she needs at the moment. I start the circle, and if she relaxes within half a circle, I go straight because that's her reward. And if she doesn't, then I just continue the circle further. I see while editing that I completely forgot the part about circles. Which is crazy to me because that's one of the only things I do during training with her. So circles will help you in flexibility, will help you relax because they have to relax their lower neck muscles the moment they're going into the flexion for a circle. You can make big and small circles, but with a young horse, please ride circles. Circles for a life. I don't know why I forgot this in this video. That's so important for a young horse. And people tend to shy away from it because they're not strong enough or they're not balanced enough. And obviously it's gonna be hard for them. But you have to decide whether they're ready or not for them. Usually in trot, it is pretty easy to do. Ride circles with young horses, please. Please, it will help you so much in both pillar 1 and 2, so both in the relaxation of a horse, because they get to know a little bit more about their flexion and how their own body works, because they don't know that yet. And the flexion, the suppleness will also greatly improve. Then, in the circles, also try to use pillar 3, which we'll explain in a second.
Okay, I want to check if we can go inside, because I'm not going to try a canter here, because she needs a wall. I'm not going to do that with the Rich here. So you will see here that she is a lot more relaxed and I can influence her a lot better. The shoulder control is still not there because she is 3, come on. Yeah, you'll see that she's a lot more relaxed, so she's a lot nicer. But also we need the wall for the canter, because without the wall, like she was already tripping on the sides with a trot. If we're not gonna canter there then, because I don't want her to walk on those sides. And there she really needs a little bit more shoulder to with her. You can do better. Good. That's too much. That's good. Then we try on. Go. There she needed to be a little bit more forward. And you saw that outside she had that forward tendency out of the stress, so I didn't tick her because I didn't want her to, get more stressed. But because she's relaxed here, I can give her a little tap with the whip when she's not listening to my leg. And now she was really stressed there, so I get it when she's not doing amazing here now, because she might be a little bit tired mentally.
In this trot transition, you saw me work on pillar 3, which is forward tendency. This is our last pillar because if used too much too quickly, it can negatively affect our other 2 pillars. We want young horses to think forward without tensing up and running away with us. I discussed this pillar in walk already because it is the best gait to practice a forward tendency for a horse who tends to run. As long as you can give them length in the body and still keep them in walk, they won't be running away with you and they still learn to keep their body active and forward. Try to use this also in trot and canter, but it's a little bit more difficult because the moment they start to tense, they will run away with you.
So this is maybe also the time to tell you why I still have a neck strap that you're seeing right here on the neck that I barely use. It's because with youngsters that can always make unexpected movements, and honestly, if I didn't feel a little bit ashamed about it, I would still use a neck strap with my older horse. Even though he's imbalanced, they can always make unexpected movements, and you try to be the most most in balance, so that you are balanced as you can be, especially with a youngster. Because if they make a wrong move and then you fall out of balance, they can make it even worse for themselves, because they are a little bit scared sometimes about how you move. Okay, here I take my neck strap, and in the first corner I canter on. Come. Good. And I keep her forward. Good. And I do nothing with my hands. I just keep them forward. I hold the neck strap and I sit. And I keep her forward. Good. I do absolutely nothing in the canter except sit and hold my hands forward, because she just needs to go forward. And she's definitely not there to do any exercises in the canter yet. Good girl. And because she is a little bit tougher on this side. So we're just going to work through it a little bit more. Good girl. And I just ask a little bit, and she's a little bit tense because there's a bird flying around. But I'm only asking little bits, and she's really well responding to that. The other side, I was holding my outside hand on the neck strap. Here I do my inside hand. It's just my dominant hand. No theory about that. Just somewhere. You can hold nicely. Good girl.
I'm gonna make a mistake here. Just look.
Come. Excuse me.
Instead of doing nothing and keeping my hand forward like I said before, I was scared to meet a wall with her as she does have a tendency to rear up, and I make a half circle. As I said previously, she is not ready to do exercises and the half circle is way too difficult for her. Let's see how we fix this.
Keep it moving. Good girl. And whoa. Before she gets any trouble, I try to stop it. Good girl. Good, sweetie. That's good. Yeah. That was good. Good girlie. That was good. That was what I wanted. Yep, yep. Up. Ah. Goed. Braaf. Braaf. Netjes. Goed. Good girl. Good. Good. Ooh. Good job, girlie. Good girl. Okay, and then we do a good trot. And when she does a good trot, she's done. I think there are quite a few more points that I take with me during a normal training. But since we did the outside first, and that was her first time outside, it's a little bit more stressful for her and also a little bit more, tense in the entire body. Like, she will be just a little bit more supple usually. And that's fine. That's okay. As long as we work through it, then next time we can work on other things. Come, keep it forward. And I keep her forward till like one round before I start really cooling her down, because when you stop from a trot or from thing and you just drop everything, then your walk will never be good in a test, because then they think, okay, you dropped me, okay, then I can just do nothing. I'm done. Oh, oh. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. She's quite an easy horse, so I think there are horses with a lot more troubles. So maybe it's interesting to show a little bit more horses in the future. But I hope you've enjoyed it for now. If you have any recommendations on videos to make, I can always make them. Just drop them down in the comments. We're gonna probably do a video in-hand work with her, so real basics of in-hand work. But for the rest, I don't have anything planned. So let me know what you want to see. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, the standard YouTube thing. And then I see you next time. Bye bye. Good girl.